Afternoon, everybody. And is it too soon to say it? We're going to say it. Merry Christmas. The Allianz Stadium is feeling as festive as it always does at this time of year. Twickenham twinkling with anticipation ahead of a fabulous doubleheader. A groove armada sandwich with all the extra trimmings and tinsel. But for all the merriment, there's an awful lot at stake. Bristol are in free fall, having gone from 4 successive playoff appearances to languishing second bottom, and this lot know that they have to pounce. Jade Conkle, as ever, will lead from the front before one of the league's most abrasive back rows. Wide looks closer to a Red Roses call-up with every flattened defender. Michaela Tutu just oozes class, and Wafer, starting in quarters for the first time, is unplayable in her pomp. The backline is youthful but settled and potent. 20-year-old Ella Cromack is making that jersey her own, and we ran out of superlatives for Ellie Kildunne quite a long time ago now. Well, we might celebrate Bristol for their razzle-dazzle, but all Scott Lawson wants right now is a little consistency. This is a 7th run out 15 in as many outings, and Blackburn skipper Ruahe Demant is still waiting for her first win in Bears colours. They do have star power though. The last time Sarah Byrne and Abby Ward were here, they were winning a World Cup. And Millie David and Renika Bonner were just made for occasions like these. It's round 8 of the PWR, after which we all get to take a little breather, a full month off. It's very much needed. Speak to anyone from Salford right down to Sandy Park and they will tell you that bodies, hearts and minds need to hit pause at the end of a historic full throttle 2025. So one last hurrah before the eyes of these stands, before the signs and the flags, the jester hats, and a couple of cowboy ones too. 80 minutes to empty tanks, to make magic and to drop some jaws. Abby Ward, Sarah Byrne and the rest of the Bristol Bears, they can't wait for the respite. This campaign has been horrible for them. They've only got the faintest of hopes of making it 5 semi-finals in 5 seasons. But if Natasha Hunt, they are to do the unthinkable, to scale that mountain, who leads that charge today?
I really think that Bristol need their returning players to step up. We've got Meg Varley out there, Sarah Byrne, Pambuisa on debut, but for me, we've mentioned her a couple of times on screen there, Ruahe Demant, the Black Ferns co-captain. 3rd consecutive start at 10, and she needs to have a big game. We talked about that management, playing in the right areas. It's not the way that Bristol like to do it, but that is how you beat this Quins team, and she needs to have a big one today.
It's the best domestic competition in the women's game across all 4 corners of the globe, and it deserves stages like these, days like these. Our hosts, who know full well that any sort of victory will see them wake up on Christmas Day happily nestled in the top 4. This is their house. How they relish the walkover from their little place across the road, from the stoop, how they relish occasions like these. And look at the names across that team sheet. The Black Ferns, the Scottish Thistles, the World Cup winning Red Roses, and Aoife Wafer making a big game even bigger. The reigning Six Nations player of the championship, and the sort of signing that you might reflect on as a trophy is hoisted and think that was the moment. She was the difference. The last time Ellie Kildunne was on this pitch, she was scoring in a World Cup final. A virtuosic screamer beneath the sticks. And what a first outing of the season for Alex Thomas, who will be assisted by Morgan White and Hollywood, whilst Nikki O'Donnell keeps a close eye on proceedings from the TMO truck. The Allianz Stadium looking immaculate on an equally immaculate wintry day. Quins suitably bedecked in fireworks. Bristol Bears all in white. Rua Heidemans will put the cork on big game 17. The skip pass across the face, past Wafer on to Spurrier and back into the pocket. Lucy Packer's 500th pass of the campaign on her 99th outing as a Harlequin. But that's not the start they will have wanted.
No, it's not the start they would have wanted at all. Ellie Kildunne's head still up BBC Sports personality, I reckon. But it's nice to see Ellie Kildunne back in the pocket. Normally, you see the 10, obviously Ella Cromack further out there, trying to give options.
Bears, once they get into these parts of the pitch, are often unstoppable. One of the best red zone returns in the PWR. So how about this start? How about Pamphonette Buisa on debut, bringing them up to within metres? Big turnover, big moment. Classic Jade Conkle.
It's a huge moment for the Harlequins captain. Brilliant technique straight over the ball. Unfortunate error on the kickoff. You just want to clear lines quickly. What a carry as well by Pam Buisa. I cannot wait to see how she goes in this game. Look at that for a line. On the out to in. Nothing else that Cromack could have done, and Jade Conkle absolutely brilliant to it.
Had the pleasure of watching Harlequins train in Guildford on Tuesday, and I'll tell you what, Jade Conkle trains like it's a test match every day of the week. She was taking names in what was supposed to be a skills session. Nicole Wythe and Packer switching the point of attack. On now to Spurrier.
You can see the stark contrast. I'm sure we'll see Bristol trying to play out of those areas. Lucy Packer just slowing down proceedings, get boot to ball, try and manage that territory. What a take as well by Pena.
Just had her pocket picked on the tumble by Gwen-Anne Hopkins. The Welsh international in for Evie Gallagher. Now there are options on that far touchline, and Ren Bonner won't need asking twice to try and make something magic happen. Up to halfway from the little 21-year-old. Pam. Bevan finding demand. Burn back and bumping off Michaela Tutu. Two Titans. And this now, Meg Varley making her first competitive outing for Bristol Bears in 9 months after a torrid 2 years of pretty much constant injuries.
Yeah, this is what you get from Sarah Byrne, the post-contact meters. She's top of the league for it. The leg drive, the intent in the face. Michaela Tutu as well, a brilliant tackler. But you've got to go lower when Sarah Byrne's coming at the line. Some good opening exchanges from Bristol, but again, they've just stayed in this middle part of the field, not really gone anywhere. Unfortunate with that forward pass on the edge. Advantage to Harlequins.
Pam, Dale and Byrne for the visitors. For Quins, Spurrier, Phillips, Hanlon. And it's a battle this between Harlequins' dependable scrum and Bristol's lethal one. No outfit. Garners more penalties. And Aoife Wafer in that famous red scrum cap at the base for Quins for the very first time. She's been their resident drummer up in the stands, a one-woman percussion section, but she said she was very pleased to put the sticks aside in favour of that red headgear. Back doing what she does best, turning opponents into origami. Nicely done.
Yeah, it's brilliant work, isn't it, by Sarah Byrne. You can just see the pressure here coming through. nice and low. Sarah Byrne, you can see her feet moving, pops them up on that far side. I think unfortunate not to get the penalty, and then lovely little spot from Kira Bevan, just dossing it down into that corner.
Phillips finding McIntosh, and here's her Scottish engine room buddy Conkle. Back for Cromack, and this is what Ella Cromack brings you. Only Cakey George and Zoe Harrison are kicking further than the 20-year-old out half. Renika Bonner's just beaten a handful of defenders. It's what she does. Loves the spotlight, loves the stage. But straight into defensive detail. Wafer playing scrum half, just as she did as a teenager in Dublin. Muscular work from Lauren Torley in off her wing. Conkle bringing plenty of biceps of her own.
Sarah Byrne and Christiana Balogun just were on their own on that far edge for Bristol Bears defending. Harlequins just couldn't quite spot it and get themselves into that opportunity, but won themselves a penalty nonetheless.
We might have heard the soft strains there of one double World Cup winner, Emily Scarrett. She's up in commentary with us. She's speaking awfully quietly. Mo, over to you.
I'm quite good at talking for her, so I'll do my best.
If you wouldn't mind. So, first visit for Harlequins up this end, that big game where they set that world record last year in front of 18,000. Michaela Tutu receiving a little bit of attention.
It is a big game for the Harlequins girls, but it's equally so big for those players that come and get the opportunity to play here in club colours. I know we did it a few years ago at Gloucester Hartbury, and it was honestly one of my favourite days to run out with the girls that you graph with week in, week out at the home of English rugby. Is something pretty special, so I'm sure the Bristol Bears girls will be enjoying their moment too.
Well, Ross Chisholm, bit of a big game aficionado, played in so many over the years and been handing on what he could in the weeks to his charges about handling the occasion. He said relish it, lean into the nerves, because this is what you play for, this is why you play the game. Quins with ball in hand in the 22 for the first time. Brilliant line from young Sarah Parry. Quick ball. Packer finding Wafer, still going Aoife Wafer. Takes all of Abby Ward to bring her down. Conkle with a little help from wide. Closer still, inches in it. Blades of London turf been turned over. Bristol defending wonderfully.
Taken back over the line by Bristol. It was a great turnover by Buisa. Look at that again, leg drive from Conkle. So unfortunate that they've not given that as held up. Crazy decision making from Buisa to put that down.
I think it's also a penalty, isn't it? Taking the ball on the floor like that off somebody.
Ref's on it, Scazzy.
Voice of Nikki O'Donnell, our TMO today here at the Allianz Stadium. Just explain this, Mo. What might Buisa have done here that she shouldn't?
I struggle with this because I think Jade Concourt is letting go of this ball. She thinks that it's getting held up. Obviously, Buisa on the floor, you cannot play that ball, you can't interfere, but Jade Concourt's given it her. So I don't really know what I feel about that.
So Canada's Pampanette Buisa, Bristol Bears debutant, gone for 10.
think it's a really interesting one, isn't it? It's too appealing to not have a go at when you're that close to the line, but unfortunately Pambuisa just cannot take that ball as soon as it hits the ground like that.
Well, Quins have gone quickly, and Michaela Tutu will get the party started at big game 17. We've had the pyros, we've had the smoke, we've had the music, now we've got a little bit of mana. Quins with an opportunity and they don't need asking twice.
Yeah, here you go again. This is the yellow card. I think Jade Concourse played that incredibly well, if I'm honest. And then Michaela Tutu doesn't need any intervention. You just see that extension of her hips to fire herself over the line. Fantastic finish.
And this is where Bristol have struggled, isn't it? You know, she's tapping and going from 5 metres out. There's no way that they should be scoring on that first opportunity. That's where you've got to put bodies in front of it. You've got to get off the line. It's a great finish, all her power, all her body height change. But for Bristol now, losing a player in their pack, someone who is brought into Bristol Bears to bring so much physicality and power, they've just got to take their time, get themselves back into this game and try and ride this 10 minutes out.
Ella Cromack adding the extras. Quins have 7 through their number 7. Bears shorn of their own open side. And that, a delightful kick from another Blackfern.
Yeah, it's a brilliant kick, isn't it? Dumont right on the money. If Varley's a touch wider, she potentially catches that on the full. It's what you need, isn't it, after a score like that, just to get a little bit of energy back in the Bristol Bears girls.
Karis Phillips, he's having a bit of a tour de force season at the age of 33. Playing so well, keeping Connie Powell amongst the replacements for the Londoners. Wythe doing the same with plenty of experienced operators, and now Torley can't quite connect with Kildunne, but almost regathered that one.
You could see the space on the edge for Harlequins on that occasion. Torley just looked slightly in two minds. She's got brilliant pace herself, so whether she wanted to try and kick on the outside, but when you've got someone like an Ellie Kildunne and a Wilcox on the outside, also you want to feed them and give them opportunities to run in loads of space.
Scrum's going to be an interesting one today. Hang on a minute, hang on, this is a great game. This is a who's who of PWR rugby, a trio of Blackferns, Emma Wassell, Heather Cow of Harlequins. Goodness me, they really have brought the stars out for big game 17.
I was just about to say, there's no way Emma Wassell has not seen herself on the big screen, but it's just clicked. There may be a little delay, but so good to see so many good faces in women's rugby out supporting today.
Picton Powell wound that one up, and it somehow found Millie David, and that battle with Sarah Parry, a really fascinating one between two Red Roses tyros. Bears struggling for gain line, struggling for punch ball in hand this season, and you saw it there. So get it wide, feed the speed. Here's Hesketh. Bevan rootling for it. Ward wants to go. Daughter Hallie watching on with husband Dave, no doubt, and playing against the club that she won the Premiership with back in 2021. Lovely hands from Demant. Somehow managed to keep that ball white. Bears will have another feed.
It's just so hard, isn't it, for Bristol at the minute to get any kind of momentum. The speed of ball at the breakdown, Harlequins are really coming at it, making Kira Bevan's life pretty difficult.
It's also the way Bristol play the game, isn't it? They want to go deep out the back, but actually sometimes if you don't have that momentum, you don't have that speed of ball, it just invites the defence back onto you, it puts you under pressure. So it'd be interesting for me. I think if you could get a couple of almost tighter front foot balls, get Sarah Byrne on the carry, get Christiana Balogun on the carry, give yourself that opportunity to then go and find those wide spaces.
Do you think the way they play also requires a lot of confidence? Are they lacking that right now?
Yeah, potentially. I think obviously we spoke pre-game a little bit just around how many injuries they have, how many unavailabilities they have. And it will take its toll, you know, people slotting into roles, learning new things. They've got some new players this season. It takes its time for that to settle.
Bevan on the drift, deeper from Demant, and then a little stop and a stutter from Varley. Back from that Liz Frank injury that denied her a place in the World Cup for Scotland. It's been 21 months trying to get back fit. Bonner. Ball in two hands, swerving infield. She's a woman on a mission today. Sarah Byrne is always on a mission. And look at her go. Byrne has just gone 20 metres at Twickenham. Demant now skipping and weaving, and it can't quite be held by the young Welshwoman Picton Powell. But they've made their way upfield.
They have. It's exactly what Emily Skerritt was saying. Look at the depth that she comes onto, the line that she's taken. She's almost swerved on the in. Really picked out wide with a really strong fend. Anyone watching, this is how you hand off. Nice straight arm, all the power. Wide is a brilliant defender as well. That takes some doing to put her down. It's exactly what you've just said, though, about that intent onto the ball.
And it comes from, they got that break on that far side through Renika Bonner. They went back down the short side, so then you're on the front foot. Then it's harder for a defence to come off the line. Nicole Wythe can't line up someone like Sarah Byrne. I don't know if you ever line up someone like Sarah Byrne, but you certainly have less of an opportunity to.
I think most insurance brokers advise against it. Picton Powell arriving at speed. She's a powerful runner. They're so excited about her. Quins over the ball, but illegally.
It's a really hard one. Obviously, they have tipped past the horizontal. For me, there's not a lot of it. Well, there's zero intent in it. They're just trying to get the player down. I don't see a force driving into the ground. I think, look, yellow card, they've gone through the process. I'd have been comfortable with a penalty only and an opportunity to play on. As it is, we're down to 14 players apiece for the next couple of minutes.
So 14 plays 14, no Buisen, no Cromack. I'll tell you what, Alex Thomas's Christmas card list is getting shorter by the minute.
See the disappointment in Abby Ward's face. Largely at the referee for that one. It's just the drills, isn't it? When you're that close to the line, do you need to be going so far back? Bristol's line-out has struggled over recent times. They were 100% last weekend against Loughborough Lightning. But previous to that, around 78% strike rate. So definitely an area that they will want to get better at.
Oh.
Big hit from Wythe. She is so ballistic through contact. Most gain line carries in the PWR, and we will add a big fat stroke to that tally.
I think that's 1-1 Wythe and Burner on the battle. I can't wait to see this unfold. Sarah Byrne just pretty high. Doesn't look great from the initial replay.
So before today, we'd had 24 yellow cards across 28 PWR matches. We're up to 2 in the first quarter in this match.
But it's really interesting, isn't it, not having a TMO at every game throughout the PWR. So actually the opportunity to really review, you know, as many contacts as we're seeing already in this game is far more limited.
So point of contact is head on head.
You're right, this matchup, Wythe and Byrne, is something that's already come into the game.
Yeah, that's what I want to check. She's upright, she's hitting forward. For me, that's pretty direct. Play the first angle again, please, Nick, in real speed.
Coming now.
What I'm enjoying is seeing Adam take his time on this. It's a huge decision in the context of the game,
For me,
especially with Sarah Byrne and the way that she started
head
this.
contact, foul play, because she's upright. So you think the force is coming through the body, or just play that last angle one more time, Nick? The slow-mo that you just had on. We just want to make sure
slow-mo or real speed,
in slow-mo, we just want to check that the force is not going through the body, because that will determine where we go in this.
You're right, I'm glad they are taking their time with this, because Sarah Byrne is definitely upright, there's no question about that. But whether that force is taken through the body or through the head of Nicole Wythe is a real important bit that definitely needs to get right with a decision like this.
We're not at a high degree of danger because it's absorbing through the chest, so there's no mitigation to yellow card. Okay, happy, Nick?
Agree.
Okay.
"14 will play 13 here at the Allianz Stadium for at least
Give me the mark.
the next 5 minutes.
We felt there's a lot of pressure coming through the body, that's why I see yellow card.
And a nice touch from Sarah Byrne.
Perfect, thank you.
Yeah, it's important, isn't it? Especially, like we said, in the context of this game, to get decisions like that right. I know when you're sat in the stadium, you just want the referees to get on with it, but as a player as well,
Wait, Riley.
you want them to take their time on those decisions, make the right one.
Hands on.
Sarah Byrne will be breathing a sigh of relief, I'm sure.
Harlequins averaging 13 points against opposition, staring down the barrel of a deficit. So what might they manage with the likes of Kildunne and Pena on the pitch against the Bristol Bears defence without those two?
Quins in.
Yeah, well, two teams that love to play a bit of ball in hand and attack in wide spaces. There's now 3 less players on the field in total, so let's see what we can get to.
London Sevens is back. Conkle. Wythe.
Pause up. Offside.
Balogun offside, so going
Never in onside position.
or not was Claudia Pena.
I mean, some of these have obviously turned into yellow cards, but discipline at the moment, just there's some silly ones for me. You know, Christiana Balogun knows she's not onside. She knows she can't touch that ball. There's been a ruck that's formed. So again, just giving each other at times opportunities to get themselves further down the field, have phases of possession, get themselves into this game. Been a bit bitty so far, isn't it?
Set the cut.
Bears up to 6 yellows for the season. Their previous highest tally was 4 in an entire campaign. They won't be worrying about any of that. They've got a crisis to alleviate right now. They've got Michaela Tutu, whose score feels an awfully long time ago now, bringing that one safely down. Phillips with it at the base, and you wonder just how far this ravenous Harlequins maul might march.
Having about 6 offside.
Packer played by Balogun, who drifted offside. Parry straightening and accelerating. Quins, so prolific once they make it into this part of the pitch. Wafer, enjoying her first start. Wythe, enjoying yet another appearance of the season. Lovely handling. Phillips, finding Tawley with 1 to beat, stretching and scoring. Quins had to make it count, and they absolutely did. Lauren Torley with a score that doesn't just say this is big game, it says this is our big game.
It's a great finish, and again, just seeing those opportunities on those outside channels. They kept it tight initially, then as they shifted, look at this from Pena. She knows she's got the space out the back door, on from Phillips, and then we spoke about Torley's pace earlier. She's always finishing that in that much space with that much amount of time. Love that from Pena. She's got all the skills in the toolbox. Understands where the space is, understands where the ball needs to get to, so any which way he's trying to get it there. Really good score from Quins.
Okay, 10.
Pena with the offload. Pena with the devilishly tricky conversion. No good on this occasion, but Quins with this game by the scruff of the neck.
Yeah, it's just brilliant leg drive free contact. Those hands from Lucy Packer, phenomenal. And as Skaz mentioned, that out the back door, the control, the two hands on it, and leg drive through the contact again by Torley with the finish. Brilliant score.
Be interesting, obviously, Harlequins still without their 10 and Ella Cromack, just how Lucy Packer, Ellie Kildunne control this restart reception, how they get themselves down into a good area of the field without, you know, their main kicker on the field.
Sweetly taken by Torley, so keen to seize the opportunity of this. Just her third appearance of the campaign. Heather Cowell, Grace Crompton, Corrine Grant, Katie Schilliker, Beth Wilcock. They've got so many wingers at Harlequins this year. So far, she's laying claim to that jersey. And oh my word, Wafer has just folded Kira Bevan into 2026 a week and a half early. That's what Wafer does.
That is the worst, as your running back have no idea that it's coming and absolutely melted.
Well, she had to leave her drum at home today for Wafer, and she just treated Kira Bevan like a timpani. Kildunne, and this place all of a sudden gets awfully noisy. It's bouncing like a dream. It's chaos. It's Kildunne. Oh my word! This place is her playground. This sport is her kingdom. And Ellie Kildunne is going to sign on the sort of 2025 that the script writers couldn't have dreamt up with that wonder score.
I saw an interview with her last week where she said she could read the bounce of a ball. And I thought, give over, Ellie, and she just has. She's absolutely proved me wrong. It's a lovely touch. It's a brilliant finish. And when stars are aligning for you, they're just aligning.
It's what this game needed as well, wasn't it? It needed a moment, and Ellie Kildunne is the moment at the moment. Brilliant from her.
Okay.
Claudia Pena raises the flags. Ellie Kildunne has just raised everyone here to their feet, scoring in the exact spot where she dotted down with goals on the line on September 27th.
It's brilliant from her. Obviously, counter-attacking is the thing that she loves doing as a fullback. She sees that space in the middle, and then it's the pace. And you can't teach something like that. The way she eats up the turf and is able to then, as we say, get the lucky bounce of a ball, or maybe she planned it that way. But nonetheless, it's a brilliant try, and it's exactly what this game needed.
Kildunne goes level with David at the top of the PWR try scoring charts. And with one of the picks of the bunch. Buisa is back in the Bears' defensive line. It's 14 plays 14. Quins a score away from a try bonus point before the half-hour mark. Fine work there.
It's lovely work by Torley. She just comes on the out from her wing.
Kildunne dabbing it, but it's gathered by Bonner. Bristol with counter-attacking ball, and just the person you want in those positions.
Out, guys. Advantage over.
Right, Skaz, everyone's just sat forward a little bit in their seats here at the Allianz Stadium. There's a crackle in the air that wasn't there previously. Ball's going to land in the breadbasket of Bevan, who's swerving into the 22.
Onside!
Bears, fourth visit here, yet to come up with a jot. Hopkins' carry. Demand with the dummy, and then on to Varley. 2v1 here if they can execute. Out and on to David with Kildunne to beat. Doesn't manage it, does manage it. Millie David!
What a finish.
That is outrageous.
She's a brilliant finisher of the ball, isn't she? Bristol are creating the space. It's really nice depth from Meg Varley, just transfers the ball. Fantastic timing from Hesketh, in and out. You think Ellie Kildunne has her Torley, she just swerves off, allows her momentum to take her past that carry. Brilliant feat. The stop step here.
Thank you.
Beating that on-rushing defender, letting Torley take herself out of the game.
Okay, Nick.
Fantastic work.
And Ellie Kildunne's reign at the top of the try-scoring charts lasted 17 seconds.
There's an angle on that pass of Hesketh's try that just looks like it's right on the line. But nonetheless, Millie David has zero right to score that try. It's just this one. It's so hard when a player gets tackled immediately as they pass the ball because you don't have that momentum flow through.
Okay, get on then, please.
I mean, that's the one for me that looks like it definitely edges forward. I think you might have a quick look at it.
Get our cards back on. Time's on.
It's fine. I think, as I say, it's really difficult when the player passing the ball gets tackled because you don't get that natural momentum that you would get if they weren't stopped. So I'm happy with that, and a finish like that definitely deserves some points on the board.
Varley, back fit, back into that Bears midfield. Hopkins, playing in arguably the biggest game of her club career so far, although Varley has stayed down.
Get him away, the player.
That would be heartbreaking. It would be so unfair. Pam wants it.
Scrum, Bristol ball. Time's off. Too close to play. We've got medics on.
Oh, that's broken my heart. Meg Varley has had such a torrid time with injury. Came back, played in that semi-final against Gloucester Hartbury, did a hamstring after a few minutes. First game back, what did you say, in about 20 months? Just hope that this isn't as bad as it looks.
She has been, by all accounts, bouncing around Bear Country this week. So excited for what, in her words, is the 7th attempt to return from the run of injuries in just under 2 years.
Alex, there's no foul play for that injury.
Yeah, he took her leg injury.
Just looks like her foot maybe gets caught in the turf. Sometimes with ankles you get that shock factor immediately, and as it settles,
just to check on what
like we all hope for Meg Varley's sake, definitely that's just one of those.
Thank you.
Should we watch it one more
Alex,
time?
just for awareness, the TV time is about 20 seconds out.
What I love about this is she sees the space, chips over, gets after it. Watch her deceleration now, where she's waiting for that ball. Waiting for the ball to pick up and then accelerates back onto it again. Such lovely control.
The thing she's spoken a lot this week, obviously, with the Sports Personality of the Year nomination, is just being herself and expressing herself, and that is Ellie Kildunne all over.
A showboating Harlequin. We've got one of those of our own. Hugo Monnier, what have you got?
Sorry? I haven't been told that you are making one yet. Of course, yeah. OK, we're going to have a scrum, so we're going to need a player that can play in the scrum, Charlotte. So can you tell me who's coming on, or more importantly, who's coming off? OK, then you bring a player on. There's 5 seconds left, and you bring a player on. No, you bring a different player on. There is time left on the card, yeah.
So they're back on?
No, there is time left on the yellow card, so another player needs to come on. So another player needs to come on. Seconds, we're talking, but still can't come on. So who's coming on? Okay. And they're making a change at the same time. Outside. They're just making a change for that player and then your front row player on the field. Yes.
There is a recently vacated jersey in the Red Roses setup. Abby Down retiring from the game of international rugby. Two of the contenders for it right there, Millie David, and just drifting off screen, Renika Bonner, as Meg leaves the field. And we wish you all the best, Meg. Really hope we see you back again soon.
Okay.
Mia Vanna in contention, Grace White, another one putting her hands up. Bo Westcombe Evans as well to get a smile out of you, Skaz. But go on, who are the contenders in your eyes?
Yeah, I think all of those that you've mentioned have been going really well this season. Obviously, everyone knows it, but I'm a big Mia Vanna fan. She's top of my list. But no, I think Grace White has been fantastic, not just this season, for a number of seasons. Since moving down to Trailfinder, she's really finding her own. She did it in the Bristol Bears shirt before that. And Millie David, you can't argue with finishes like that.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think as well, you even just look at this Harlequin side, and we saw some of them on the big screen earlier, but Heather Cow, Grace Crompton, you've got so many wingers, even just here at Harlequins, Lauren Torley, Beth Wilcox out there at the moment,
so the player that's come off
doing good things. I think it's really interesting. I think I'm fascinated to see how it plays out with that alignment camp potentially for the Red Roses in January, and then obviously moving through a bit more PWR before obviously Six Nations really kicks in.
In the meantime, slight jersey roulette out on field. Sarah Byrne, of course, seeing out the remainder of her sin bin. So here comes Eliane Clark, Meg Varley, Scotland's teammate, on at tight head to complete the scrum, which means that Bears will need to sacrifice an individual. And in the meantime, Lucy Skews, wearing number 22, is preparing to come on into the midfield. There's Lucy.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what the reshuffle would be for that. Obviously, Lucy Skews has played a lot of time in that 10 shirt recently, with Ruhe Dumont taking over the strings for the last 3 games.
Okay. And who's going into the front row?
I imagine they'll all just shift out one.
Okay. I need the player to come on the field.
Because what Bristol might have is an eye-watering list of injuries, but they've also got an outstanding coaching ticket. You can see Amber Rees just liaising with the touchline officers there. You've got Tom Luke to the left of your screen, Scott Lawson. They've also got Rhys Oakley, Mo, who you know incredibly well. He led you to a title-winning league best defence last season, the Welshman. It's a really impressive list of staff.
No, it is, and I can't speak highly enough of that man on screen. I hated seeing him in the Bristol Bears kit when we played them recently. He's brilliant at what he does. He's an even better bloke.
Well, you get real bang for your buck at Big Game. Round 8 of PWR, a Groove Armada set, and then the 17th instalment of the men's fixture, which is wall-to-wall entertainers. Cleves, Murley, Smith, Rhys Samet, Ravovo, Janse van Rensburg. Scintillating stuff. The build-up for that is from 5:15. Before, down in Adelaide, there is a tiny but much-coveted urn up for grabs, and you won't miss a moment here on TNT Sports. We're bringing you live coverage of the Ashes third test, day 5, from 11 o'clock tonight.
Welcome. Charlotte. Okay, so 13 has come off for the temporary replacement, and then they will deal with 13 at the next stoppage. Correct? Thank you. Not long, next stoppage probably. Here we go.
Well, it took a bit too long for my liking, but we've got there in the end. Eliane Clark's come on just while Sarah Byrne serves the rest of her yellow card for Meg Varley. Then Lucy Skews will come on with Sarah Byrne once that yellow card has surpassed. So, yeah, we've had quite a few stoppages in this first half of the game, haven't we?
Crouch!
One of the best 5 minutes of the season. And a couple of cooler spells on either side. But here we go. We're back up and running. Lucy Packer watching on as Bevan feeds the slightly new look Bristol scrum. Eliane Clark in at tight head, allowing her to whip it away and onto Demant. Hesketh, Velcro on her fingers, and Pena to deal with. on now to Hopkins, newly arrived from Gloucester Hartbury over the summer.
Start on, start on.
Sorry, stop ball out.
Onside.
Stop ball out.
No.
Ward once. But that is some shot from Michaela Tutu. The pair of them know each other so well from the Test match arena.
Jade.
Demant will clear. Cleanly, calmly, just what she was brought in to do.
Time's off.
For all the good that Pena does in attack, just look at this read out the back door. It's not the best pass. Hesketh a little bit behind, having to catch it above her head, turning, but the acceleration into the tackle wraps her up. Brilliant defensive work.
Players on, please.
It's also so deep as well, isn't it, for Bristol? It means that Pena's someone of her smarts, how she reads a game, is able to just shift off, make that tackle. When you're attacking from so deep, generally you'll get a slightly more passive defence. You can probably flatten up a little bit trying to get to those edges.
Okay, yeah, we're good to go. If you give me how long's left on the TV clock. Time is on.
12 remaining on the TV clock.
12 left.
Sophie down from Michaela Tutu. Packer forced to excavate it and find wide. Buisa stripping wonderfully through the tackle, and Balogun so swift to react. Buisa, the sort of double involvement that she's known for. Ridiculous engine on the open side. Honed in a decorated sevens career. And here she is again. Skews in at first receiver, so looks to have shifted to fly half. That's kicked through by Demant, who is dumped for her trouble. Skews has got to pounce on this, got to control it. But it's Wilcock with it. Bears penalty.
It's really good work, isn't it? Bristol Bears have the highest jackal turnover rate of anyone in the league. So what I really like about that is boot to ball, get yourself up the pitch and then challenge at the breakdown. You know you're good at it. Demont just seeing the space. Great technique from Bonner. One arm over, one arm under.
Not straight, we've got a contest. Jade, scrum on line.
It's a tough one, isn't it, for Amy Dale?
Scrum on line.
She's known for her darts, was at Hartbury University before. I've worked with her. She's a brilliant athlete, spends a lot of time on her craft. We'll be very disappointed with that one.
Well, and she's been parachuted right into the thick of things. No Lana Skeldon, no Lark Atkin-Davies, who announced that this week she's going to become the latest Mama Bear down in Bristol. Congratulations, Lark. But it does mean that Amy Dale has been baptised with fire, shall we say. Parry whipping that out and onto Kildunne, who decides to take the pragmatic approach. Buy some turf. Hesketh. Eventually hauled to deck by Wilcock. Buisa in the line once more, spots a little half gap. Shaped for the offload, but sensibly brought it down. Michaela Tutu is getting through so much work on defensive detail. Hopkins.
Onside.
Skews. Pam arriving at pace. Man, the delicate little grubber finding herself. I think that was the plan, but it's come good. Pena bagged herself a brace in big game last year. Her parents have flown in from Barcelona to watch her today.
Backwards.
Most phases Bristol have put together all afternoon. Byrne finding Picks and Powell. That's nice, and on to David, but forwards.
Full pass.
Most phases Bristol have put together, so let's hear from someone who knows exactly what it takes to pull the strings in those jerseys. Jenny Drummonders with Amber Reid.
Thanks very much, Claire. Amber, look, that's been a busy old, 30 minutes or so far. But look, let's start with the yellow cards. 2 yellow cards for you guys in the pack. Just physically, how tough was that to deal with?
Yeah, I think obviously the way we want to play, our forwards are a massive part of our game. They play through the middle.
try and gain momentum. So I think our scrum held up really well during that time. But yeah, it just makes it a lot harder around the park for us to get some momentum.
You've got to try though, Millie David. What a finish from her as well. What do you make of that score?
Yeah, hell of a finish. I've been on the receiving end of a few side steps from her, so yeah, great step to go around Ellie, and then the fight to stay on her feet to then keep herself in the game. Yeah, unbelievable finish from her. It's great.
Do you feel like you're building a little bit of momentum, gaining a bit of territory at this point?
Yeah, I think we can probably gain a little bit more territory to help us out. The yellow cards from both teams have made that first half quite sticky, especially with the TMO when they've come in as well. So yeah, I think we probably just need to wrest a little bit more momentum back and get a bit more of a foothold in the game. But we're playing some nice stuff. We just need to go a little bit further up the pitch.
How's Meg Varley? Our heart sank for her a little bit.
Oh, I'm gutted for her. She's been so good in training the last couple of weeks. Yeah, hopefully it's not too bad. We've got a bit of a break now, which hopefully will work in her favour. But yeah, I'm gutted for her. Gutted.
Yeah, we've got our fingers and toes crossed for her. Thanks very much, Amber.
Thank you.
Jake.
Emily, you and Amber stepped away from the game at the same time to put on tracksuits as opposed to boots and find yourself in the coaching arena. Have you spoken to Amber Reid much? How is the Great World Cup winner finding life on the other side?
Yeah, I think she's incredibly busy in all good ways. Obviously, she's got her role in her university capacity as well as obviously at Bristol Bears. But I think she's really enjoying it. You know, Amber is such a brilliant mind in the game. She's always been very into the detail and the tactical side of stuff and the technical pieces. So I think only a brilliant addition to Bristol Bears. I'm sure she was doing a lot of coaching anyway while she was still playing at obviously last season and before. But yeah, great addition.
She also loves seeing herself on the big screen. That's why you're getting a massive smile right now.
Okay, square up, please.
That's mean.
Crouch!
She was spot on though. That Bristol scrum has been giving Quins plenty to think about.
Yeah, you just saw on that camera angle how deep the Harlequins backline stay.
Packer with options. Pena in at first receiver. Parry with a head of steam and a mighty leg bump.
Oh, back on.
Such an exciting, youthful, fizzing back line, and here's their resident lioness. There is no stage too big for Claudia Pena. The 21-year-old just takes everything in her strides, and Quins have the bonus points.
You can see here Sarah Parry in motion. You have to do better as a Bristol Bears defence. Ruhe Dumont need to make that tackle. There's nobody else in the picture because of how deep that Harlequins backline is. And then again, Pena does not need any opportunity and any bit of space.
Just watch the hands here from Ellie Kildunne. That's the bit that does it. She's so threatening to defenders. She draws them in. Pena just holds her feet, allows that little lift on the outside. So difficult to defend when it's like that.
Alex tries good.
Thank you, Nick. Okay,
Been practicing their celebrations as well by the look of it. It's what you love to see though, isn't it? The girls out there enjoying themselves. Brilliant conversion as well.
Chromax 2 from 2 as the Christmas music rings out around the place. It is definitely rocking right about now. That is Harlequins' quickest bonus point of the season.
Yeah, sorry, Claire. Mo spoke about how deep Quins were as an attacking line, and that probably just opens that space up more for Parry because they're worried about the outside threat. They're worried about, you know, that opportunity to get to edges. So it's a really nice play from them to balance the two.
Here comes Parry again.
Move, good work.
Who credits a childhood spent growing up on the family sheep farm with her strength, with her reflexes,
Timing.
and her kicking game apparently honed, leathering a rugby ball up against the interior walls of one of the barns. Someone with eyes set on a Red Roses jersey in the not too distant future. Byrne just desperately whipping that, and all of a sudden Bears are back in their own 22, and the laborious process of working their way upfield can begin again.
Inside.
Well, Quins have currently, as Lauren Torley just starts to drop off, but Quins have currently only had one player in the backfield then. It's not necessarily a rush to get people back there with how Bristol play. We know they don't kick the ball as much, so early Kildunne decided to populate front line. That's where Bristol have just got to find the balance, I think. If there's opportunities in that backfield, definitely take them, get after it, find some field position.
You can see the frustration playing out in Kira Bevan, in Ruhe Demont as well.
Yeah.
Just kicking because they fancy it, not necessarily build in the process, whereas conversely, Lucy Packer, the box kicking that she's doing, the organisation of the kick chase, everything about the process.
Just under 5 left.
And that there, the tail of the tape, and that there, quite the weapon to detonate before the halfway mark. It's time apparently to break the glass marked bots. You wondered, Emily, if Ellie Kildunne, I'm sorry Mo, I'm going to actually fix that blame at your door. You wondered if Ellie Kildunne might have left her head at Spotty. I think it's safe to say that Hannah Bottoman left with a less than healthy head from Spotty. And duet with Angry Ginge. It was a brilliant duet for all to see, and luckily for everyone, social media's out there, so the world has got to see it on the Red Roses channel as well.
The great thing about Hannah Bottoman as well is that that could be an evening, that could be the morning, that could be any time of the day. That's just the vibes that she brings to the place. But yeah, how good for Bristol to have a player of her quality and calibre coming onto the field so early.
Time's on.
Look at Ellie Tutu once more in that Quins maul, showing no signs of slowing down. It's become one of their most potent attacking weapons. And we know they love a first phase try. What might Ross Chisholm's women have up their sleeve here? Into the 22, still going inside the 22. Wafer arrives and the rumbles become an avalanche, and only now are they stopped. That's 25 metres they've just made.
Gone forward and offside.
It's great drills from Harlequins, isn't it? That's the first maul that they've actually got moving forward at quite a rate. Little breakaway from Wafer on the floor. Lucky to come up with the ball, and then just a bit of miscomms on who Lucy Packer's trying to hit there.
Smart.
First big games for Michaela Tutu, for Aoife Wafer, for Fee McIntosh, who grew up a Quins supporter. Used to come to these games with her family. Into the defensive line now. Burn.
No! Shot in front! Bristol! Wingers on.
End over end from Demant. Fromack finding Kildunne. Her skipper's in the backfield, but they're going to keep ball in hand for the moment. Torley with one already. David to beat.
Scrum advantage.
Sensational steal from Bristol.
2 knock-ons.
Who will have a scrum for their efforts?
Yeah, Gwenann Hopkins had no idea that was back on the Bristol side. Picton Powell just trying to get a little bit of width to it. Transition attack is the best way to attack. But unfortunately not quite ready for it.
Big couple of minutes as well for Bristol Bears, I think, just before the half-time. They can get themselves on the scoreboard, get themselves, you know, 2 tries. All of a sudden that then feels like a more positive half-time talk. It feels like an opportunity to come back into this second half and really give it a shot.
They've also, Bristol Bears, not left a match with a table point since their opener against Leicester Tigers. So if nothing else, you start building a score, you start chalking off those tries.
And it's exactly how Bristol play. You know, they go out there, they want to throw the ball around. They're, you know, definitely going after 4 tries in every game that they go after. So this one is no different for them. Same mentality, same process.
Hannah Bottoman straight into the thick of things and eking out an 11th scrum penalty of the campaign.
She's just checking the screens to make sure that that penalty has been given to her. But you want to see them play off the back of it. You see Skaz next to me, her arms are going mad. Kira Bevan, get the ball. Give it a crack, because you know you can come back to that penalty. You've got a free shot to nothing. It's great work. You can just see the pressure going in.
Okay.
Karis Phillips pops up. That's what the penalty's given for.
Dale onto Balogun. This quick ball for Scott Lawson's women. Skews, demands, can't be gathered by Buisa.
I think she's in line. It's just a scrum.
It's a tough one to take for Buisa, isn't it? Just when you need Bristol Bears to get a little bit of momentum. But it's just right at the line. Demant's brilliant at taking it there, challenging that defence.
You straight there from the
But
driver's
that's a
side,
tough
please.
one for Buisa to take, right in the face of defenders.
Harlequins colours illuminating the beams here at the Allianz Stadium as the floodlights come on
Okay,
to full effect.
Crouch!
This is their day, this is their party, and we're over to the men right after this. A double header as the stands just start to fill up. Wafer, ducking a shoulder.
Yeah, I got enough
Loses it through contacts. So, scrum advantage. Buisa doesn't need asking twice. That's 3 she's beaten. Picking out. Final throw of the dice, and that will help.
You're going that. Too much all the way.
Emily Scarrett and Mohant, 4 World Cup winners medals alongside me go. I think it's safe to say ballistic to my left.
Quins.
Just wanted to see Kira Bevan tap and go. She was right on top of the ball. All of the Harlequins defenders up in the line. At the very worst, you get marched back 10 because somebody puts a shot on you that isn't back onside. And we just want a bit of life in this game. I want it to spark a little bit.
And as soon as you get that front foot Buisa carry, you want that, keep that momentum going. You want, obviously Bristol have a brilliant maul, so I totally understand why they go to it. But you just want to seize those moments in games.
Knock on, knock on.
Well, it pretty much sums up Bristol Bears' afternoon so far. It's been eventful. We've had a trio of yellow cards. We've had a wonder score from that woman there. We've got Quins with their best first half of the season so far. If they can just hold on, the hosts, they will start 2026 in the top 4. But for now, with a big 40 to play here at the Allianz Stadium, it is Harlequins 26, Bristol Bears 5. Harlequins women are 40 minutes from their Christmas holidays, as are Bristol Bears, just collecting themselves ahead of the second half of this big game. The result is a big one, regardless of your club colours. Quins need to remain jostling win what looks an increasingly like a breakaway pack of 6. A win sees them leapfrog Exeter, and whatever happens between Lightning and Trailfinders tomorrow, they will start their 2026 in the top 4. Bristol Bears, meanwhile, hadn't lost 5 in a row for 5 years coming into this one. They are staring down the barrel of some very unwanted history. Christmas dinners will taste so much better with 5 points banked. As this place looks merrier than ever. What a sight. On the Blue Riband events of the club rugby calendar, one of the games that you ring in thick permanent marker each and every year. And Bears
east to west
get the early advantage in this one.
I want her to stop dummying those and just go, get some tempo in the game. It's a good start for Bristol Bears, though. Being awarded that penalty off the kick-off, something they would have liked. Clear their lines, give them an opportunity. Let's hope that they fix their line-out troubles in the break. They can come back up firing.
Yeah.
Demands.
Okay, Quins are on the line, so step off, please.
Back here for the first time since she was scoring down the far end of the pitch for the Black Ferns in that bronze medal playoff against Les Bleus of France. Here she is now, still seeking a first win in Bears colours. Still looking for back-to-back outings with the same back line. Such has been the churn in the Bears ranks. Picton Powell, though, one of the finds of the season. Tom Luke speaking about how she's rising to each new level she's introduced to. Bosserman somehow finding Byrne. A conjuring act from the Red Roses tight heads. Here's Holly Cunningham. Capped by Scotland this year, and an advantage for Bears to flex. Buisa has had an eventful debut so far, a yellow card, some big involvements, and now unleashing Sarah Byrne. Bosserman on to Bevan on the wraparound. Met by Wafer for the second time in 42 minutes. Bosserman finding skews onto Demant. Now this Balogun, Tawley with the tackle. Harlequins with 4 tries already.
Once Bristol.
And something a bit less flashy, but equally effective.
Yeah, it's a flat finish to that phase of play, isn't it? But this is exactly what Bristol Bears fans will want from Pambuisa, just a fight in, her physicality in contact, her ability to free it up post-contact. So 10 minutes on the sideline, obviously early in that first half. But that's exactly why Bristol Bears are super excited to have her down in Bear Country.
A World Cupper, an Olympian, only ruled out of the latest instalment of that tournament with a cruel injury in the final warm-up match. But she's 5'11" of sinew and dynamite. And if she can leave her mark on this one, she really will.
There we go.
It's getting darker here at the Allianz Stadium. Navy skies above this scrum, an area in which Bears have certainly had the upper hand. Bosserman, Dale, Byrne, Spurrier, Phillips, Hanlon. Lucy Packer on her 99th Harlequins appearance will look to set things in motion. Cromack onto Pena, who flies that out onto Kildunne. Wilcock staying down. It's one of the Bears players in considerable discomfort.
Okay, it's just time's off.
It's Picton Powell, the young centre.
shot to engage.
I thought it was a
before.
pre-engage that far side, but I wasn't guessing on who. Okay,
no, I didn't, before you said engage, it felt like that.
I thought your side was good, Hannah. It was the other side.
Hannah Botman just checking in on a couple of scrimmaging detail with the referee. But this is the last thing that Bristol Bears need. We've already spoken a lot about their injury list, the amount of quality they have not playing. It looks fairly innocuous, doesn't it? But it just obviously lands on it wrong. You can see the immediate discomfort. And as a result, Jazz Joyce looks like she's taken her bib off and might be joining us, which is only going to be a great thing for this game.
If they're definitely making it, she can come on, okay?
Especially for the tap and goes. She's the tap and go queen.
Charlotte, can you hear me?
Speaking of Quins,
Charlotte, can you hear me?
Ellie Kildunne back at a ground that she knows so well. You look back and she's never lost at Twickenham. More often than not, she's player of the match here.
Charlotte,
what is it about Ellie Kildunne and big occasions that go so well together?
Yeah.
She just loves them. Every time she sees a cowboy hat in the crowd, I think it gives her an extra little bit. But no, she really raises to it. And the other thing is she can have a quiet game. Like I think we saw her kick one straight out, a little knock on the far side, and then she comes up with moments like this. And it just changes everyone's perception because she is a game changer when she's on the money.
47 tries in her last 46 outings for club and country. It's a sort of strike rate that certainly doesn't exist in the men's game.
If they're out the way, we will play on.
But it's also some of the stuff away from the field of battle. Again, watching training on Tuesday, it was noticeable how vocal she was, what a leader she was in that space. And her and Ella Promack were pretty much running the skills session. You've both been in and around environments with her. Does she drive standards?
I mean, she certainly has lots of ideas of how she wants to play the game and the space that she sees. And it's brilliant to see her adding that to her game. You know, obviously she's a far more experienced player now within any squad that she's a part of. So actually for her to, you know, also the other thing is at the back, obviously as 15, you see a lot of space that other people don't, and you'll be able to see how backfields are changing, how defences are changing. So yeah, for her to feed that in, and ultimately she wants the ball in her hands, doesn't she, as often as possible, so she'll be feeding a lot of that in as well.
Claudia Pena says she doesn't stop talking. You are getting a constant Kildunne FM during games.
Like Skaz said, though, it's better for your fullbacks to be communicating, feeding in the comms all of the time, which is what she gives you.
Well, Bristol have a new flyer in their ranks. Here comes Jasmine Joyce. 6 combined World Cups and Olympic Games for the Welsh speedster.
Quote! Bind!
Little Ralphie and wife Alicia no doubt watching on. Big scrum from Bristol. Waves did well to get that out. Promack, Pena, Promack once more. Kildunne looks up, sees Hesketh in front of her, straightens, accelerates, can't find Lauren Torley.
Not going to touch, scrum or line. Abby.
That needed to find its player.
Scrum or line.
I'm sure they should be calling scrum here.
Abby, scrum or line.
How dominant their scrum's been. How hit and miss their line-out's been.
Scrum called.
Just a reminder, this is a big game double-header, so right after this we get to go again as Caden Murley and Fitz Harding lead the boys out in the Gallagher Prem. Both teams are in the building ahead of a 6 p.m. kickoff live on TNT Sports and Discovery Plus.
It's just really interesting, obviously, with Bristol's injury issues and the reshuffle. Renika Bonner now looks like she's playing 13, so defensively and an attacking point of view, that is somewhere, might not be factual, but she's almost never played, certainly in a Bristol Bears shirt. So different, both sides of the ball being at 13 compared to being on the wing.
Bind!
Most line breaks, third most metres made in the PWR this season for Renika Bonner, 4 tries and counting. You're dead right, how will she go at outside centre? In attack, with a penalty advantage to Flax, you suspect she might be all right.
Quins not diving straight.
Much better control at the back of the base, and like we said earlier, we really want Bristol to be playing those advantages. I think Dumont just wants to work her way down the field, so she kicks the advantage away, back for the penalty. What I'd love to see is just them pull the trigger, have a crack, feed Jasmine Joyce on the edge, give Hesketh a go.
I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt, because one thing Ruhe Demont does love to do is play rugby, doesn't she? She loves those open field opportunities, the ones where you have a bit of a free shot. So hopefully she didn't see that opportunity and she'll see the next one.
Your eyes said otherwise as that kick came in, Emily. But yeah, benefit of the doubt it is.
World Player of the Year in 2022. One of only 3 Black Ferns, half Centurions. Oh, Kira Bevan.
Knock on. That one's over.
It's a really difficult watch for a side that prior to this season had made 4 consecutive playoffs, that were in a final against your Gloucester Hartbury 2 years ago. Natasha Hunt, how do Bristol get this season back on track, looking beyond this?
It's tough, isn't it? Because you just see how deflated the body language of Kira Bevan was there. Abby Ward turning around. It's so tough, especially when you're used to, like you said, making those close contact meters, line breaks, everything else that comes with it, a solid defence, which is what we've known and loved of Bristol over the last few years.
And to maybe channel a little bit of this lot. There's so much jouet in Bear Country, and I know it's very patterned, it's very structured. Pat Lamb really likes a delineated attacking structure, but equally, that's a squad that takes quick taps, that play with the penalty advantage, that give it a go.
100%, and this Bristol Bears squad that are playing now, they also have the ability and the opportunity to do that. I think confidence is potentially low. Everyone's trying to slightly fix it more than you need to, so you come out of stretcher, especially defensively. That's what we're seeing with the penalties and the yellow cards, people trying to fix things, get the ball back that's not necessarily their job to do. And just some of their offloads just aren't sticking. They're trying to force it a little bit too much. And to go back to Skaz's point in the first half, we'd just love to see them put hands on ball. That's brilliant work at the base from Aoife Way for getting the ball out as it's going backwards. What about that take?
Sarah Parry, straight on the nice list. Or maybe the naughty one. That was brilliant from the young centre. Kildunne with the dummy and the strength, and then forcing that in field a little.
Scrum advantage, Bristol.
Bears with the scrum advantage.
No, it's not.
Bonner decides to take matters into her own hands and gets them something even better. Penalty advantage here.
Tackling a player on the floor.
Just goes back to my earlier point.
14.
Jasmine Joyce just trying to do something. You don't have to kick from the base. Look at this, though. Sarah Parry catching it behind her back. She's had a fantastic season so far this year. All the tricks.
Well, the 26 is nice from Harlequins, but how about the 5 that they've conceded? It's been a good defensive performance so far, so let's hear from Chris Laidlaw.
Thanks very much, Claire. Well, we've actually just been talking about Christmas north of the border, but we'll get back to the rugby, won't we? Look, defensively, how are you rating the performance so far?
Yeah, I thought we've been good. We've been good through the middle. They've obviously tested us a little bit on the edge, but we're pretty comfortable around our collision stuff in the middle and applying a lot of pressure. But as you can see, like, they're getting a bit of dominance at scrum time, and a couple of cheap pens is probably giving them access to our half.
How do you sum up the defence so far this season? Because some of the numbers have been a little bit tough to see. What have you been looking to work on?
Yeah, just trying to get some consistency from, like, the Saracen game was probably a line in the sand around the physicality and the intent piece, and I think since then against Gloucester we're outstanding, and we've had to work hard against Exeter and then Leicester and Sale when we've come back, and look, we feel like it's in a better space from where it was against Saris, definitely.
Thanks very much for your time. Have a lovely Christmas, by the way.
Just watch that.
A lovely sign-off. Billy David has the ball just beyond the 10-metre line. Bears looking to test that Chris Laidlaw Holmes defence. A defence which has hemorrhaged points at times. They got second worst tackle percentage in the league. They've given away 5 try bonus points in 6 outings. But for now, they're holding these Bears at bay.
Just knock on. Sorry? Just we're checking the background. I haven't got a clear view to tell you that. Just check that for me, Nick. For me on field to knock on.
I agree, knock on.
Just a knock on.
Hannah Bottoman challenging that
Just knock on.
for the referee, but
Scrum.
look at the knowledge being shared between those two.
Oh, it's in one direction. Come on, mate.
Ugo Monye telling everyone about his holiday, how great he was on the slopes.
I reckon Pat Lamb cuts a
Okay, let's go, please.
pretty dapper figure out on the slopes. Bristol Bears, Salopets.
All squared up.
He's a smooth operator, and Bristol Bears men playing some gorgeous rugby right about now, so do stay with us for that second fixture.
Bind! set. Play on, nothing there, you're right.
Skews on now to David. There are some serious finishers in the backfield here for Bristol. Joyce chasing her own, well watched by Packer. Snags though by the Welsh pocket rocket.
No, 23, you go.
Fierce work at the breakdown.
No,
Quins have it back.
One's got hold of one hand.
It's a harsh call for me.
No, clear release.
Brilliant chip and chase. Great tackle on Lucy Packer, who's done really well with that bouncing ball behind her back. I thought for all money Jas Joyce was on that ball. So did she with her reaction.
Numbers.
Look at this hit as well by
I'll give you time
Pena.
to adjust, okay?
Millie David not aware at all, just eyeing up Jas Joyce on the outside. Lovely little chip and chase.
Knock on advantage.
With an uncharacteristic error, it's giving it right back to Bristol.
Stay.
Tails up from the Bears. Up into the 22 through Byrne. Screaming for his skews. Wide from Demant, and then a little stab through onto Millie David, who might just have herself a second. She can't gather.
This is such lovely play. You just see this vision of Demant goes to throw the pass, realises there's nothing really to go to. Seeing Ellie Kildunne really high in that defensive line, and knowing when you've got wheels like Millie David on the outside, you can chuck that in.
If we get close,
brilliant work to drop that on your foot as you're moving across the pitch.
It's probably the tale of the two teams at the moment, isn't it? Two bouncing balls. One sits up for Ellie Kildunne and one just doesn't for Millie David.
Why? Taking yet more names.
Stop in front.
Buying Promac the space and time she needs to get that prolific boot into the action. That's better from David's. Bit of impetus. Sarah Byrne is leaving the field before us with very gingerly holding her shoulder. So Bears attacking with 14 and missing one of their most potent gain line poachers. Renika Bonner with a hand up on the near touchline, but for now they keep it tight and muscular through Balogun. Skews. Demant tries the crossfield for a second time. Bonner's herring after this one. It's just going to beat her to the opposite touchline.
Oh, both of those kicks are brilliant. They're seeing the space. Mo mentioned it. Ellie Kildunne closes really fast and aggressively on those edges to make sure there's no edge picture. But what that means is there's space in the backfield. Ruhe Demant has picked two exceptionally good pieces of space there. Just hasn't got any bounce, hasn't got any joy off the back of it.
It's a great option as well, though, because Balogun got up and stole the last line out for Harlequins. So they'll sense this is a real opportunity. See Abby Ward moving to the front.
Oh, it's pocket-picking time! And it's Christmas come early for Bristol Bears.
4P grounded.
Amy Dale with her second score in Bears colours. And they might just have a precarious, perilous little toehold in this one.
They needed it, didn't they? They needed something from all of that territory, all of that possession.
I didn't think we needed her. That's why I didn't wait, okay?
What I love about Amy Dale here is she thinks that she might get hold up, so she tries to turn and then realises she's actually over that line. Doesn't want to get held up. Brilliant work. And then spots the line with her face facing the other way. It's a brilliant finish.
So again, just from a good period of sustained pressure from Bristol Bears. Mo said it. Getting up in line-outs, dominance in scrum,
so that's great.
Opportunities on edges. Felt like they needed it, felt like they deserved it. Brilliant score from them. Game on. If I say that, game on, come on.
Hopeful, or it actually is game on.
Well, it's Bears who are leading the second half by 7 points to 0, and you can tell that Ross Chisholm is a little uncomfortable with that gap because he has just sent on a trio of replacements.
1, 6 and 2, they're all there with you.
On arrives Connie Powell, Laura Delgado.
Thank you.
And Sarah Svoboda. that. Not a bad trio of replacements by any standards. 3 full internationals and 3 mobile operators.
Move. Thank you, feet.
14 points in it, and all of a sudden, Bristol Bears are looking up for this one.
No. Release, please.
Bevan finding
Kira,
Cunningham.
advantage, offside.
And Harlequins' discipline is starting to come apart at the seams just a little bit. Yet another one, why not? From Demant. Could have been caught that potentially by Jasmine Joyce.
16 offside.
I don't mind that little crossfield attacking kick.
16
well, this really is sporting theatre. Look at that. Harlequins are in the house, the big house for big game 17. As thousands flock to this place, and Captain Caden Murley, one of this place's favourite sons, just soaks it in. Marcus Smith pulling the strings at 10, and fresh off the back of absolutely thumping Bayonne in the Investec Champions Cup. They found a little bit of momentum, Jason Gilmore's men. Can their women get a little back? Because it has been one-way traffic this third quarter. Wart, formerly of this parish. Demant decides to keep it in hand, and that is a deft and delicate bit of play which Buisa wasn't quite ready for. Wilcock on turnover ball. Kildunne with the clear out. Connie Powell will play scrum half. Cromack picking out Svoboda.
What was that?
Dynamic, aggressive. Cromack onto Pena, melted by the Black Ferns co-captain. Kildunne thrashing through traffic.
No!
Stodgy ball for Packer. Lovely hands. Quins are just sparking back into life in retaliation. They can feel bare breath on the backs of their necks, and they are responding. Pena delays it. On now to Wafer. Wafer with a little goose step. Joyce extinguishes the threat.
Look at this for a tackle. Demont has come to life in the last 20 minutes. I think she's been brilliant. And look at this for an offload as well. Michele too just gets past the tackle, ball back in 2 hands, just leaves it in the air for Hanlon to storm onto. Brilliant few phases from both sides, and a great defensive effort to give Bristol the ball back.
And 5.
Dale finding Ward, and Bears will look to play from deep.
Down by White. There's the ball. The ball's available. Leave the ball, Campy.
Quins without the ball, as they have been all second half long.
Onside.
Bears looking as abrasive and as energised as they have done all season. Absolutely bereft to have conceded 19 unanswered points in the second half last week against Loughborough Lightning. They really want to respond this week. David finding Hesketh with a lovely offload, and then it's speed, it's Bonner. The back 3 in tandem there. They've gone all the way across the field and 25 metres up it. Demant skipping away from Svoboda. Making no such mistake with the tackle as Hanlon. Balogun. Hesker.
Tackle! Stop.
Going laterally. Need a bit of punch. Nothing going through Dale. Demant surely to the boots at some point. Bottoman pirouetting and picking out Red Rose's teammate Ward, but Quins' defence for now just smothering them, keeping bodies on feet.
Stop.
Now she kicks. Kildunne. Oh, how does she do it? It's a clinic.
Please, please.
So well done by Ellie Kildunne. And now Aoife Wafer is ducking and weaving like a heavyweight boxer. Packer, parry, Svoboda, Pena. Gorgeous stuff from Harlequins. Konkel out in the wide channels, locked forward on the loose. Here is Chorley.
Tackle!
Hunting a fifth try that would surely put this one to bed. Balogun spoiling for the turnover. Michaele Tu'u. Lost that forward.
Go forward, scrum.
Lovely approach work again by Harlequins, isn't it? The offloading ability across the board.
Okay.
What about this for a touch?
8.
It's just outrageous. Like, there is no right for that.
Time's off. 10.
She in
11.
touch?
It's tight. It's tight. We'll give it to
11.
her. Everything's turned into gold at the moment, but you're right. For Harlequins, it's such a nice passage of play. Handling ability at the line, offloading, draw and pass. Jake Konkel takes off in those outside channels.
Am I good to go, Charlotte? Yeah, it was that one.
Change is made again by Ross Chisholm. On row 23 is Freya Orkin, and 22 Kaylee Powell to replace those two. Wilcock and
The
Cromer.
clock is now right, second half. Yeah, Abby, the clock is right, second half.
Something's changed. Quins managed a try a visit for their first 4
Let's speed it up
trips
now.
to Bristol Bears 22, and they've not managed a jot from their last 3. Efficiency plummeting, accuracy nowhere to be seen.
DC. Crouch!
It's Jenny Herring,
Bind!
wearing number 19 at the base of this Bristol scrum.
Set!
Ellie Kildunne all alone in the backfield.
Well, you spoke around the fact that Harlequins haven't really had a sniff for such a long period. Well, this entire second half almost, isn't it? And that's largely because of the reason. The scrum for Bristol Bears has been so dominant. They've controlled the set piece. It means they've been able to control possession as well and just slowly edge their way further and further down the field. So for Harlequins, just got to dig in on those set piece areas.
Here we go. Caden Murley, Guido Petty.
Okay, stay.
And Roger Isco back in quarters for his second big game. Thrilling draw against Leicester Tigers this time last year. What might they have as Pat Lamb's men roll into town? Bevan heads off down the short side, thinks there might be something going. It's a great cover tackle by Connie Powell.
You can just see how deflated she is. It's the right option. It's a brilliant spot.
Just step.
Almost left her winger. She did leave her winger, Millie David, behind. She wasn't quite switched onto it. Would have loved to see it any other day. You'd see Kira Bevan just drop that on her foot, have a little foot race into the corner.
Konkel finds Wafer, who's got proper pace once she gets up and motoring. Aoife Wafer, reigning Six Nations player of the championship. Powell with a flat ball onto Kildunne, still going LA Kildunne.
Onside.
She's had some game, and Quins have an advantage to work with here. Konkel with Michaele Tu'u and Delgado for company. Packer, quick recycling here, and Chorley's come hunting for work. Stalking down an opportunity, ball in hand, and still with that penalty at worst. Getting low, chopping hard was Bosserman.
14, playing the 9. Playing the 9.
Lucy Packer's been brilliant again with her speed of ball around the breakdown. It's one thing I'd love to see Kira Bevan just speed that up a little bit. It's not all down to her, it's down to the arriving players at the breakdown, the ball presentation, so much in it, but Lucy Packer is leading the way in that for me at the moment.
You're on the cut. Quins up.
leading Mikaele Tu'u. Harlequins have spotted something rotten in the second 40.
She's still bounded.
Score here.
120.
And they can consider Bears hunted. Orkin, first touch of the ball, first touch of the ball! Well, she's in the form of her life right about now, Freya Orkin, but how about that as a super sub? Quins have 5. They just sparked into life in the second half, and Bristol Bears know that might just be that.
Well, so recently just spoke around the set-piece dominance that Bristol Bears have found themselves in. Harlequins have their opportunity. Lucy Packer's so astute around the back of that maul. Just picks, sees that opportunity. Bit of wide space in between Jasmine Joyce and Lucy Scouse. And Orkin straight onto the field, just picks that line, has the power to get herself over. Not seen a huge amount from Harlequins on the scoreboard this second half. Now they're back in it.
Okay.
Pena sticks another 2 on it. Very much enjoyed Claudia Pena last season, getting some kicking lessons from Lee Halfpenny. Someone she grew up watching over in Barcelona. Said he wasn't the chattiest of teachers. There weren't a lot of words involved in the lesson, but she took a huge amount out of it.
I love that. The Welsh and the Spanish meeting, yeah. Oh, it's so good. You see a lot of that now around different clubs. Players connecting in different positional groups just to share some knowledge, share some coaching opportunities between the men's and the women's side.
Pena brings up 33, and Harlequins continue to be a strong second half team as Amy Dale leaves us and Jess Sprague is on wearing 16 for Bristol Bears. Who it looks like will end the year still languishing down in 8th, having lost 10 of their last 16. Sprague's first throw is no good. And Quins, unsurprisingly, opts for the line out.
Yeah, definitely unsurprisingly, given how many penalties Bristol have managed to get at the scrum time. Love to see him just stick it out, go for a maul, drive him down.
From 49 metres.
Get it.
Said no scrum half ever either. Love to see them maul it.
There we are. See, I called it, guys.
It's almost like Olympian and double World Cup winner. You know what you're talking about. Quins have gone 11 metres. 14 out of 16 line-outs. It is working like a dream, as is that midfield. Parry clearing out for Pena so that Packer can pick out Powell.
Let's have a look, let's have a look. Can we just check, did she touch that ball to go back? Otherwise
surely not.
No, Millie David did put that down here.
Was it touched and taken back?
I think he was just asking the question whether Millie David touched it before it went over the goal line, as to whether what we'd come back to, whether it could be a 5-metre scrum for Harlequins, or obviously the scrum advantage that they had.
By the Bristol player.
Not touched, clearly.
Oh, it is touched.
So that's clear.
I've been told it wasn't clearly touched.
Alex, it deflects off the white hand, but it's not an intentional action.
Okay, it's too late now.
If it's not intentional, does it matter? Maybe that's just me.
Nikki O'Donnell says so.
Yeah, fair point.
She definitely knows the law book better than we do, for sure.
Which is weird, because you wouldn't think it to listen to Mo play.
And white, yeah.
Yeah, I know, but now I'll add that one to my list of questions that I won't ask, so we're all good.
Yeah, more changes made by Ross Chisholm and by Scott Lawson. Abby Fleming to the right of your screen there, the Welsh international. But first to be introduced, Demelza Short, who they are very, very excited about in Bear Country. Got her first under-21s call up by LJ Lewis and Sarah McKenna in the week, and Emily Scarrick, you got to see her up close and personal.
Yeah, it was really cool actually being in under-21s camp a bit last week. Just seeing that young crop come together. Obviously, they've got some pretty cool, exciting opportunities for them to get some really good game time coming up, obviously in the new year. And yeah, like players like that, they have opportunity to play in the PWI here at occasions like this, then take it back into their representative rugby. It's just such good experience for them all.
Parry, a lovely carry and an even sweeter offload onto Pal Packer.
Backwards.
Speed at the breakdown from Quins. They're building nicely into this final quarter, and we know that this is when the wheels tend to come off the bus for Bristol Bears. Lauren Torley's had a good game, but Natasha Hunt, who do you think might be in the running for the player of the match?
Well, there they are on screen for me. Claudia Pena has been brilliant both sides of the ball. Ellie Kildunne is just magic when she's in and around it. I think Michele too has been fantastic with some of her deft touches, some of her offloads at the line, her defensive work. And for me, Ruhe Demant has really galvanised this team in the second half. She's seeing the space, she's executing everything really well, and that's what's caused this Bristol comeback, albeit quite short. They're the ones in the running.
Michele too, who incidentally had her first pig in blanket ever on Monday.
Madness.
Did she enjoy it?
She absolutely loved it, but she will be sticking, thank you very much, to a barbecue on Christmas Day.
I reckon you could barbecue a pig in blanket, to be fair. Best of both worlds.
All of the Black Ferns. Ruhe Demant with the ball here now included a heading to Shannon Ikahifo's house. All of those from Trailfinders, from Exeter Chiefs. They're all heading over and spending Christmas together, wishing it were considerably warmer.
Just hold. Okay, she's on.
8 minutes for Bristol Bears to leave here with something. Seeing Quins maul and raising them, one of their own, a grisly one with Bottoman at the back. Demant onto Skews in this rearranged, this hastily assembled Bears backline. Hesketh, who's been busy today in her first game in a month. Herring. Skews in at first receiver this time. Demant again spotting space, forcing Powell to hair it across. Joyce with the tackle. Oh, and it's been pilfered. Bottoman. Time running out for Bristol. But they've got a penalty to work with now.
21, offside.
See, it's catching Claire. Everybody wants them to go quickly.
Sorry, Pen.
Yeah, it's just those opportunities. Look, they're realistically now they're chasing some form of bonus point.
Offside.
If they can score 4 tries, they'll get one. If they can score a couple more tries, they give themselves an opportunity to be close to a losing bonus point. So you've got to try and go quickly. You've got to give yourself an opportunity. You score quickly now, you're then with a shot of trying to get another one.
Mark.
A combination of Harlequins' errant discipline in the second half and a fantastic touch finder from Ruhe Demant. As close as they've been in some time since that Dale score. 7-all in this second 40. This time Sprague makes no mistake. Ward collapsed by Harlequins, so Bears can really afford to fizz it about here. Bevan, though, taking her time. That's giving Harlequins time to reassemble their defensive line. Something went on in that breakdown.
And they're offside as well.
Skews stabs it through, too much on it.
It's a lovely option, though. It's the right space to try and find. Just giving it a touch too much, a little bit heavy. But all jokes aside, it's good control from Bristol going to the corner. Maul is a real strength of theirs. This just doesn't look good either, does it?
Can't you there or in on 50?
No, it doesn't. There are certain players on your team that you know when they go down, they're really not good because they don't go down very often at all, and she's definitely one of those.
You fine?
Hope that's not too bad.
You don't need to be amazing at lip reading to know how she feels about that.
It's going to be right on the end there. Yeah, thank you. Charlotte,
We've talked so much about Bristol Bears over the course of this second 40, but where are Harlequins at the moment? Visibly, they're mid-table, but they've won the games they should have won, not really beaten anybody else. What makes them contenders? What makes them threatening heading into the second half of the season?
I think they've got a home final to play for. I think that always galvanises you. Obviously, sorry, I've lost my train of thought watching poor Hannah Bottomham crawl off the pitch. Bless her, I really hope that's okay. But if we're not putting that into a gift, then we're not doing our jobs well enough. But no, as I was saying, they've got a home final to contend, and that gives you that extra bit. Like, obviously, I think they'll be in the playoff race. They are definitely in it now. I would be very surprised if they don't end up top 4 and give themselves a shot. They're just hit and miss at the minute for me. Some of their attack is so amazing, absolutely sparking everything into life. And then on the flip side of it, defensively, they probably need a little bit of work, but that is starting to come through in the last couple of games. So,
and it's consistency as well, isn't it? Finding all of those things consistently for long enough in each game.
Yeah, the clock's right in the stadium there. Just a perfect. Bristol, let's go!
Well, Hannah Bottomham is draped on the turf here at the Allianz Stadium. It's all eyes on her teammates at the moment, because a pair of converted tries here, and Bristol Bears will leave here with 2 bonus points. First things first, win the line out. Second thing, thrash onwards through Herring. There's a try to be had here. Delgado, though, combining with Fleming. Fresh legs into the fray for Chisholm's women.
Advantage, offside, 16.
That's 14th penalty for Harlequins. Bristol under penalty advantage, and with some brilliant operators still out there, even as Bottomham leaves the field on crutches.
She's trapped in.
Bevan kicks it through for Joyce. It's well watched by Parry.
No advantage.
Back will come.
16 offside.
It's really well read by Parry, that. She's come right from the other side to make sure Joyce doesn't have a full run at that.
On the right. Let me get the right. We've got a key tap. Okay, time is on.
I was going to say Harlequins need to move their defence over. There's nobody in this 15-metre channel for Bristol Bears. 6 Harlequin defenders.
Here come Bears. Herring getting low, driving hard. Bevan. Quickly round the corner. Well watched by our referee. Not quite. A third score here, and they can just start to hope of leaving here with a little something. And what a boost that would be. Not a point in the standings, remember, since the second round of the season.
Tackle! Boys there.
It has been torrid since, but this would mean the world. Ward up and over the top. Herring with it now, exploding out the blocks like a sprinter. So close. Quins narrow in defence. Bears narrow in attack. Content to leave it with the heavies for now.
22. Time's off. I know, I agree. Captain, Jade. No more in this area. Players leave, not rolling away.
Well, I know they're conceding a few penalties, but Harlequins are really fronting up defensively. They're really protecting the line. Bristol are desperate to score as quick as they can.
They are indeed, and desperate Bears are dangerous Bears. Over the ball, they're short. Bevan with options, picks out Herring, who's made a difference since she came on. Full of energy and intent and menace. Quins have to stay disciplined here. Someone will go to the bin if they transgress again. Cunningham places that one backwards. Ward so close. Bears desperate in attack. Quins desperate in defence. Sandbagging here at the Allianz Stadium as the clock ticks onwards and time starts to run out for Bristol Bears. Ward is there. Big hit by Wafer, who's going to go the distance on her starting debut. Bevan finding Balogun. And Harlequins win the turnover, win the match. And you can just see what that means.
It's Conquil again, isn't it? She had a turnover right at the start of the game to set the tone for her team. And she's done it again to save those all-important points. That was massive in Bristol Bears' context of the season, not just in this game.
Yeah.
It's the energy that they're putting in. Energy, Jade Conquil's come into that. There's absolutely no compete there, straight off their feet. Yes. Easy penalty for the referee to see.
Bench as well and truly being emptied now. Tilly Ryle is on for Kira Bevan, and Ruby Winstanley is on for her first big game outing for Harlequins. She's come through the academy pathway, the star for Surrey University, England under-18s, there she is. Conquil once again gathering up crumbs. Wafer, who it's safe to say has enjoyed herself running out for her new London club. Powell sends that long and onto Orkin. 2 touches for Quins number 23, 1 try, not bad.
Okay. First player's got clear. Yeah. 5
weeks off for Christmas, as discussed.
Here we go.
Harlequins first back in action away to Trailfinders at the end of January. A huge Friday night clash, that one, in the context of top 4, and an even bigger one arguably for Bristol Bears, who will host Sale Sharks. 7th versus 8th in the PWR.
Go going. One sushi.
Quins Mall has made some startling meters today. Powell flops down. Burgess, a Bristol Centurion herself back in the day. Powell, parry. Growing in that inside centre berth. And here is young Winstanley.
No. Good option, thank you.
Burgess, Powell, Kildunne with a spin.
That's time.
Ellie Kildunne, surely not another one. She'll have to settle for a couple of extra defenders beaten for her evening's work. Kildunne, 9 carries and a worldie of a score.
Check that tip, please.
Powell.
Okay, we're just going to clear that tip, Nick.
McIntosh stretching Willow Williams out and on to Orkin, who will have a second. She's touched the ball 3 times.
It's a great finish, isn't it? Fee McIntosh with the perfectly timed pass.
Time's off, Timo. We've got a tip tackle. Okay, Nikki, we're at the screen. So for me, it's the player on the far side. So we're looking at the actions of 18 White. Clear left, tips. She's going down. I don't see that as highly dangerous for, so I'm just going to yellow card. 18 White. Actually, let's look at that again. Play that in real speed again. Yeah, I think the arms are irrelevant. She puts her arms down to break the fall. So she's tipped, driven. Without the arms, for me, that's a highly dangerous act. So lifts. Okay, yeah, she hasn't actually gone up to the full 180. It's just a yellow card against 18 White. Everyone in agreement? Yeah. 18. It's last play. 18.
It's really similar to obviously one we've seen in the first half as well, isn't it? And how you decide and differentiate between which player has caused which action, I think is really, really challenging. This from Harlequins though, such good hands. Parry out in front, McIntosh takes off, draws the last player, makes it impossible for Jas Joyce to try and defend that. And it's just the flatness of that last pass. Pace, straighten it up the line. It's really, when it's done as simply as that, rugby is relatively easy.
Pena to add the cherry on top of the cake, the star on top of the Christmas tree, and seal an emphatic win for Harlequins. Had the radar, not quite the distance, but those Christmas Day roasts, the honourability whose festive barbecue will taste all the sweeter, because Harlequins will head into the new year in the top 4 of the most competitive and enthralling PWR season we have ever seen. A 6-try victory over a Bristol Bears whose campaign lies in tatters. They have never before gone 6 matches without a victory. A right treat, a statement performance, a big, big game. Natasha Hunt, you gave us a short list of 4, but you're going to have to whistle it down to 1. Can I please get your Built for Athletes player of the match?
Do you know what? A lot of people think I'm boring for this, but with the week that she's had, the touches that she's had in today's game, our player Built for Athletes player of the match is Ellie Kildunne. She's been magnificent in attack today. So she's our player.
And I'll tell you what, that's a great shout, because we haven't heard enough from her this week. Can't wait to hear from Ellie Kildunne and the rest of them. Very happy Harlequins camp. They have won the opening number of this big game by 38 points to 12.